shoot. Hey everybody, it's Steve. Alright, so I'm just making this message. Donna and I are actually at Sonic in Wallingford. I had a neurosurgeon appointment, and then when I get all the way out there to Hartford and I'm filling out the paperwork, he had an emergency come up and had to do an immediate surgery, so now I have to go back there again another day. So that was a waste of an hour there and an hour back. You're on live TV right now. Sorry. So we are anyway, so I have to go back for that, routine, I get surgeries every so many years because of the brain condition and the spinal condition and all this other crap. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this video is I keep mentioning how Facebook keeps censoring our material, especially for Christians, Trump supporters, conservatives. And I posted a video from YouTube of Father Mark Goring, which I often post his videos, like multiple of his videos a day. This one, however, said in the subject, a message for stupid Catholics, right? He's not calling us stupid. First of all, I'm a Catholic, seminarian, and, Father is Catholic, he's a priest. So Facebook was saying that because the algorithm or whatever picked up that it said stupid Catholics, like they really care about Christians, right? Like they really care about Catholics. Oh, please. So I went along with it, and I tried to fight it. It gave me an opportunity to have it reviewed and give my feedback and whatever, and to tell them that it was out of context. They didn't watch the video to understand what it was. This is another way of silencing our post, right? Because if you actually listen to the 3-minute video or whatever it was a very good video talking about, important things that Christians need to know in order to save their soul. And so basically, don't be stupid Christians, don't be stupid Catholics. But Facebook wants to block anything that will save your soul. Anything that's pro-Trump, anything that's conservative, anything that's true, vitally important to your life, your politics, your soul, your salvation, they block. And they always come up with some dumb reason. So I looked at their community standards, which is total BS. Basically, they don't care about our amendment rights to freedom of press and freedom of speech. We don't have that anymore. And so they're using all this stuff. Well, it had nothing to do with violating any of Facebook's standards in these categories of race, sexual orientation, religion, any of that. It was just that they saw stupid Catholics in the subject title and they blocked the video. He wasn't calling Catholics stupid, first of all, and second of all, like I said, they don't care whether Catholics are stupid or whatever, because they don't really like Christians and Catholics and conservatives anyway. So then it said in fine print, if you read their standards. However, Facebook can sometimes allow videos, so it's leaving it up to them to decide what they want to put. Basically, because fake news, fake media, like Trump's always saying, they'll put what they want to put as long as it's in favor with their agenda. So if the video was against Christianity and it was for they would have allowed it. It said also on their page that sometimes they allow certain hate speech, because they were considering it hate speech, to stay on someone's page as long as you're forwarding it for the purpose of showing other people that somebody's promoting hate speech. So, for example, if I made a video saying bad things about the LGBT or about Trump or about whatever, right? They might allow it as long as you're not posting it because you agree with me. But if you wrote in a subject, check out this jerk, he's anti-LGBT, we need to stop him, or make sure you spread this video and make sure it goes viral because this guy's a bigot and we want him stopped, they'll allow it. They'll allow that as long as you're causing trouble. As long as you're causing trouble for somebody or defending their LGBT, liberal, Trump-hating agenda, Christian-hating agenda. But if you're posting Christian videos to promote Christianity, to save souls, to preach the gospel, to help Trump get elected, to warn the LGBT that they're living a hellbound existence, they will flag and remove that and call it hate speech, hate content. and it'll be removed. But if you're, say, an LGBT member or somebody who is looking to get people who are conservative in trouble, and you're spreading the video so that you can let other liberals know that this video is out there, they'll allow it. So it's all about intent. But still, our amendment rights don't exist anymore. Facebook basically decides whether or not they will allow something to remain on your page. Otherwise, they will block it. And once in a while, because they block 9 out of 10 of my posts and videos, even things I'm sharing. So when they, once in a while, like 9 out of 10 times, they'll block it, and then on the 10th time, I'll get a actual letter from them, or saying why they blocked it. It's hate speech, or they don't like it. It goes against their community standards, right? Whose community? I'm part of the community. So if I'm a Catholic, conservative, Christian, Trump supporter, I don't count. My rights are taken away. But if I'm a BLM, LGBT supporter or whatever, then it matters, right? Then I can be heard, right? Nonsense. It's nonsense, and it needs to stop. But I say we boycott, and just everybody, if every Christian and Trump supporter just totally drop Facebook all at one time, like by midnight tomorrow, millions of people just stopped using Facebook, then they'd have to go to somewhere else. We can use, the real news is on things like YouTube basically now. So forget the mainstream media, they're liars. Trump will even tell you that. It's fake news, they're troublemakers, they want to push their LGBT, BLM agendas, anti-Christian agendas, their vaccines, all that garbage. Enough. I say we all just give up Facebook, and we'll create something else. Go somewhere else. Go back to MySpace. I don't know. But Christians need to come up with a new Facebook for people, which the government will probably, because I don't think people remember Obama signing into an executive action, a law that most people don't know about, which basically gave the government permission to control the internet and all social media. So therefore, they can still, especially if Biden wins, and we better hope he doesn't, they will control what we can and cannot do, post, say, whatever. We have no freedoms on social media anymore. That's been a while now, but now it's becoming more and more obvious. I mean, these liberal, Democrat, Satanists, Masonic people in the government, the elite, the losers, they really don't even hide it anymore. They're censoring and shutting us all down. Channels being removed. They control everything. So basically, we can't communicate with other human beings of like mind anymore. We have social distancing. We're blocked and censored on all social media, which is the only way we can communicate. We have to wear masks and stay 6 feet apart. I mean, see how the New World Order is doing this so that we can no longer communicate and get together, because Satan wants to divide and conquer. That's how he wins. He divides and conquers and puts people against each other. Blacks against whites. Destroys families. Causes divorce, abortion, everything. He's trying to shut down the church. This pandemic shut down the church for a couple months, and all those people fell away, and the ones who wanted to go couldn't go. And that's all he needed for the powers of darkness to take over and for the New World Order to begin. And now we're going back to church, but the churches are half empty. All those weak, lukewarm people fell away and are not coming back. So that did us a favor, because now we know the sheep from the goats, right? We know the true Christians from the fake. And so we don't need them anyway. They were just pew warmers. However, we don't have enough church and people going on now to fight the imbalance of evil. And that's why you got demons who are literally oppressing and possessing millions of people out there, filling them with hatred and anger and racism, and they're going out causing riots and hurting people and killing people and shooting children. Has anybody noticed all of a sudden after this pandemic, all these people just committing crimes, defunding the police? I mean, it's total chaos now. And the New World Order wants chaos in order to bring order out of the chaos. So wake up, people. See what's happening. The social distancing, the mask. The mask is to make, once everybody gets used to covering their faces, no longer having an identity, no longer being social, being afraid of each other, wearing a mask all the time in order to buy, sell, or trade, or go to work. The next thing is the mark of the beast. If you don't get that vaccine and chip, you will not be able to go into a store and buy your groceries or go to work and pay for your bills, and you'll lose everything and end up in a concentration camp. That is what the Christians will be, the only ones who will not accept that vaccine and chip. And they're going to be seen as troublemakers in this world. They're going to be persecuted, arrested, and killed because we won't go along with their agenda, and we're too dangerous, and we might get other people to wake up and not take the chip either. We need Trump. If Trump does not win this election, it's all over. Jesus will start the chastisements a lot faster now and speed things up. The Antichrist will go into power. The Dems will control everything. Churches will be persecuted and shut down. The vaccine will be forced on you and I, and the chip to show that you are vaccinated, and it's all done. And if you accept that chip, as the Bible said, you will go to hell. This is not a joke. We Christians have been preaching this for years. Nobody wanted to listen. Everything myself and millions of other Christians have been preaching is happening. There's no denying it anymore. The Protestants are agreeing with the Catholics now. It's here. We warned you, it's here. And a lot of you are still not even realizing, and you're going to just fall for it. And you're going to take that mark, and once you get that chip, you're going to hell. There's no repenting of that. Satan, this whole thing is to hurry up and rush in the end times and get as many of us in hell as possible before Christ's return. You need to realize that. Jesus is true and real. The Bible's true. Jesus is going to return one day soon, probably sooner than we expect. And all of these conspiracy theories are real. And you're going to see a lot of terrible things unfolding within the next year or 2 or 7, because the end times is here. The tribulation's here. There's going to be aliens. There's going to be demons. There's going to be all kinds of asteroid impacts, earthquakes, illnesses. I mean, civil unrest, civil war, invasions. I mean, this is all in the book. And if you guys would just actually read the book and believe it, you would have known what we knew, and you would have seen it happening as we've been seeing it unfold. I'm not surprised. I knew this was coming. Nobody believed me. They thought I was stupid last year in 2019. I even told people at the seminary. They didn't believe me. And then I got phone calls a couple months later. You were right. Everything you said was going to happen happened. Well, yeah, because I know the Bible. I have a relationship with the Lord. I pray. I take my religion seriously. I'm a Christian, a real one. I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint. I have a lot of things I got to work on. But let me tell you, I'm real. And I'm warning you guys that you need to wake up and ask Jesus into your life and make him your Lord, and go to church. Read that Bible so you know what's coming. Do not take that chip, and do not take that vaccine, but especially not the chip. And if you get a chip implanted in you, you just gave up your humanity. Now they control you. That's like tagging buffalo or cows. That's like the farmer puts chips or tags on the ears of his livestock. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be chipping yourself, and you belong to the government. You are no longer your own person. You will no longer be able to go anywhere without them knowing what you're saying, doing, where you are, ever again. You don't need cell phones anymore because they'll track you from your hand or your forehead. Think about this. Do you want to be someone's property and slave? Or do you want to be free as God intended you to be, and human, not a biomechanical mechanism? Wake up. Christians have been right all along, whether you liberal, anti-Christian people, atheists, want to believe that or not. And by the time you realize that, and some of you don't care, you like this new world idea, this new world agenda. You want simplicity. You want to be able to play the radio out of your hand. You guys are idiots. You're the stupid ones, not us. We're not crazy. We're intelligent. We know what's up, and you're the sheeple. You're the sheeple. You know? Oh, somebody says wear a mask. Gotta wear a mask. Oh, somebody says I need a vaccine. Better get a vaccine. It's for the good. Oh, well, it's okay if we get silenced. It stops bigotry and hating. I don't want to hear Christians anyway. Oh, but I gotta watch your BLM videos of people getting their heads stomped and white people being dragged out of cars and beaten and killed for no reason because they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's allowed to circulate. That's okay. George Floyd was on drugs, and he died because he was on drugs, but that's okay to start rioting over because you don't know the truth. You people don't care why he died. You just want your agenda. You were looking for a reason to rise up because you're racist. You want civil unrest. You want You don't want to work, you want to stay on welfare, you want to do your drugs and then claim the man's keeping you down. Meanwhile, there's a million black people in the world who are very successful and educated, and they're not being racially attacked. They're happy, they're on our side. They're saying, what are you talking about? You're the ones that are sitting there smoking weed all day long, living in the projects, don't work. Everything's free. Free welfare, free food, free everything. And then you want to go out and riot and steal what doesn't belong to you after you got a stimulus check, which you don't even pay the taxes into? Are you kidding me? People like me, I can't even get surgeries I need on the welfare system and I pay taxes and I work on the front lines. And I'm also a Christian, so I'm out there risking my life preaching the truth to people. And then I got a bunch of people rioting saying that because I'm white, I don't want to hear it. That's racist. That's stupid. I have a lot of black friends in my life. I've dated black people. I don't want to hear it. Everybody is equal in this country. You just have to want to work hard to achieve things in life. Not everybody has the same chances in life because of maybe their health. Like me, I have terrible health. Or family situations, or where they were born and raised, whatever. But if you really want to do something, like, look, Barack Obama supposedly didn't have a good, easy childhood, but he became president of the United States. So I don't want to hear excuses. And I don't want to hear about racism. And I don't want to hear, this is nonsense. You don't realize the big picture here. You're ignorant. This is the devil who does exist. His strategy is divide and conquer. He wants to cause racism. He wants people to hate Christians, the truth, and shut them down. He wants the New World Order. He wants people to be socially 6 feet apart, distance at all times. He doesn't want love. He doesn't want friendship. He doesn't want the people to be able to talk about the truth and gang up on him. He needs to divide in order to conquer, and that's what he's done. He used media, social media, to keep us from talking to one another. Nobody even wants to visit each other. Oh, just Skype me, just Facebook me, just text me. That was the first start. Now we're glued to our phones. Then masks, so you can't even read each other's lips or even see at the person anymore. Now you can't talk to anybody or touch them. Social distancing. What's next? Oh, you know, it's you don't see what's happening? We Christians did, because Jesus warned us a long time ago, and it's in the book. And if you have the Holy Spirit, you're not ignorant anymore. You get common sense. You get to see things before they happen. You understand. So you need Jesus in that Bible in order to understand what's really happening in life. But nobody wants to follow Jesus because he comes with rules, regulations, laws. You can't have sex. You can't do things that you want to do. You have a guilty conscience. What do you mean? I'm a drug addict. He can't forgive me. Yes, he can. Well, I don't want to give up the drugs. Well, then you're going to hell. Well, no, I'll just pretend he doesn't exist and there is no hell and everybody's doing it, so we can't all be wrong. Yeah, you are. The way to heaven is narrow, so you're going to go to hell with millions of other people because you don't have Christ, you don't want to follow his rules, you don't know how to love God or neighbor. Rioting and protesting and stomping on people's heads and stealing is not love of God or neighbor. You're going to hell. I mean, and this message is probably going to be silenced because nobody wants to hear the darn truth. And this whole thing, I even am guilty. I have to keep running to confession because I get racist myself sometimes. I get angry. I get like so angry at people when I see these videos of little kids 7 years old being attacked at a Trump rally because some stupid girls who are way older than him want to rip up and take his MAGA hat and stomp on his hand. His little 7-year-old kid attacked by 2 white women who are older than him. They should know better just because they hate Trump. And he had a Trump sign and a Trump hat. And little children being shot on their bikes by other people for no reason at all. Rioting, people being dragged out of their cars and beaten up, towns under lockdown. This is evil. It is evil. If you don't see, this wicked generation is now evil. It is not just a wicked generation, it's done. It's the end times. It's every man for themselves now. You will either serve the Lord Jesus Christ or you will go down ship. You'll give into the mark of the beast system and you'll go along with it and you'll have 3 to 7 years of peace under the Antichrist. Oh, see? Now that everybody has the vaccine, we could all touch each other and have sex again. See? No more social distancing needed. And now we have the chip now. See? Everything's great now. Look, peace and safety. Wrong. Because that's when he's got you on. Satan will always give you what you want until he's got your soul. And then you're done. Then he'll drag you to hell. Once you bought into it, he'll give you a couple of days, maybe a couple of years to enjoy your wealth, your peace, your sex, your whatever you wanted. He'll give you whatever you want because he's the prince of the air right now. But then he's got you for eternity and you're going to burn with him. Nothing is worth that. Jesus is trying to set us free by telling us the truth and saying, listen, you think that my way is enslavement because there's all these rules and regulations for your own good. But he tells you, be lawless and get rid of all that. Get rid of the police. Don't listen to Jesus and do what you want and enjoy your short little temporary life, which you could be dead tomorrow, right? And then what? Then he's got you for eternity. Jesus is trying to keep you out of hell for eternity. He's trying to give you a good future in heaven forever. Nobody's listening. Well, few of us are listening. So wake up, people. I was only gonna do a quick 1-minute video here, but this stuff has been on my mind and in my writings, and I really felt the Holy Spirit wanted me to tell whoever's gonna listen to this video, this is what's up, okay? And there's a lot of us out there preaching the same thing. You're not listening. You're not listening. Listen. I am poor. I don't even have my own home. I'm living with an elderly friend. Thank God for her. She's a Christian. She took me in. I would have been dead on the street. I have serious health issues. I suffer terribly every day. I still go to work as much as I can, pay my taxes, still have time for God, go to church multiple times a week, pray every day, even though I can say, hey, Lord, what is going on here? The world's going to hell in a handbasket. There's no love. I'm in pain and sick every day. Why are you doing this to me? Where are you? But no. I know that the road to heaven, my cross, is a painful one of illness, poverty, persecution. My family disowned me a long time ago. I'm orphaned. My friends have left me, even the Christian friends, because I preach like this. I don't, oh, you attract more bees with honey. I don't want to attract bees or flies. I'm trying to save souls here. And this is real preaching. This is the truth. This is the Sermon on the Mount type of preaching that Jesus did. That's a real disciple. Someone who's, I could be killed right now. I'm in public somewhere. Someone could hear this and kill me or arrest me for being a bigot, whatever. You take your chances because I'm not going to go down without a fight. I'm fighting for the truth here. I belong to Jesus. You know, I don't deserve him or heaven, but he's done a lot for me. And I love him and I need him and I hate evil. I hate Satan. I hate what he's done to me in my life, my family. Even if I end up in hell, I will still preach the Lord until that day. I will fight for the truth, and I will try to encourage other Christians to rise up and be true Christians and stop being afraid. I don't want to be hurt and killed and arrested. It's coming. It's probably coming. Maybe one day I'll be decapitated. Guillotined. Who knows? But it's coming. So, you know what? If people could be police officers every day and be brave, we can be brave Christians and risk our life too to save eternal souls. Because Jesus deserves that. He did it for us, and he said, if you do this, you're going to go through the same thing I went through. And that's what's happening. I gave up my modeling and acting career. I lost my looks. I lost my health. I lost my cars, my home, my dogs, my girl I thought I'd marry, my family, everything. And I'm like, there's days where I'm like, Lord, come on. Ever since I started following you, I lost everything. Then he showed me that the reason I had everything was a little test between him and the devil. The devil gave me a lot of that stuff. He'll give you whatever you want as long as you're with him. But the minute you turn on him and seek Christ, he'll take it all away and now you are his enemy. And that's what happened to me. But Jesus allowed him to give me all of that, to see where my heart really was and to see if I would give up all of that and risk my life to follow him. And I did. I gave it all up. I even went to seminary, and I was disgusted to find out that seminary was so worldly. There was people that didn't even want me there before I got there. I was warned on the phone before I got there. But I had already sold my house and all my belongings and had no other place to go. So I went to seminary. I lasted almost 6 months. Every day I was tormented, abused physically. I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm a loser, I'm never gonna make it. I don't belong here. I'm not liberal enough. I'm not progressive. I'm not modernized. I'm too much of a relic. I'm a maverick. I'm conscientious objector. I'm divergent. I'm unformable. I'm too pious, too holy, too rigid. I mean, I just didn't fit in with this. These guys didn't even clasp their hands in church to pray. They don't kneel during Mass. They don't receive Holy Communion on the tongue. A lot of them don't even believe it's really Jesus in the Eucharist. I mean, it was not the right order for me. And I was verbally assaulted, threatened, even kidnapped, but I'm not even going to get into there for my own safety. I will leave that part out. But I'll just say this, El Paso, Texas, okay? Enough. I'm lucky to even be here today. I almost didn't make it, all right? Talk about human trafficking on the border and sex trafficking and satanic ritual and all that stuff. Yeah, that was me. I got away. And then when I got back to seminary, they didn't want to talk about it. And then they found other ways to the pressure got even worse until I had no choice but to quit. I ended up in a hospital with cardiac issues from sleep deprivation and stress. But let me tell you, I got all A's. I got all A's for somebody who's stupid with a 1.67 grade point average in high school, with a high school diploma 22 years ago, went into a master's degree program and got all A's. I'm not stupid. First of all, I prayed. I prayed constantly. God's the one who did that, not me. I don't have that kind of IQ. But he got me the A's to show me he was with me. And then I went there, and before I left, I was able to warn all my superiors of what was coming with the COVID and everything else. I warned them. I warned them how apostate they are, how lukewarm and worldly they are. I warned them to repent. I'm leaving now, but you know what? This is not pleasing to the Lord, and you're supposed to represent his sacred heart. I don't think so. You're anti-clerical. You took away your collars. You don't want to wear collars. I mean, everything was very comfortable there. I mean, I had a beautiful, lavish apartment with flat screen TVs. I mean, that was great, especially with my health issues and stuff. Comfortable, everything. It was wonderful. It was like living in the Ritz-Carlton. But that's not seminary. That's not holiness. That's not detachment from world and material. Don't even get me started. I can go on and on about that place. I'm trying to not detract anymore from God's Catholic Church. We got enough problems. But let me tell you, 9 out of 10 seminaries I've seen, if they find out you're anti-LGBT like I am, if they find out you're too conservative, too traditional, you want to pray the rosary. That was another thing. Nobody wanted me to pray the rosary or wear the miraculous medal. They called it relics. They called it superstition. They don't want to hear anything about Mary being queen of the clergy. I'm consecrated to her. And she even said that anybody who's consecrated to me will be persecuted. Well, I was persecuted by my own brothers in my own religious order in seminary and run out of seminary because they told me because I was not going to go with their new progressive modern agenda. So they left me homeless on the streets in the middle of winter during a pandemic. But I survived because I have Jesus, and you're going to pay for that. All of you. All you fake priests and people in there having sex in your rooms. I saw it. With priests and other seminarians, God, you're going to go to hell. You are the people who do not belong in seminary, smoking weed. Some of you had a bar in your room. You're drinking every night. They loved you. You guys got quickly moved through the system. I got held back, threatened, abused, forced to go to therapy. I mean, my formators abused me. I was threatened. This is not fair because I was the true light there. I didn't do anything wrong. I was there to be a real holy priest. And instead, I was trampled on and warned and silenced and threatened and kidnapped and kicked out. Are you kidding me? So no, one day I will tell the truth. I will. I should sue, but I'm not going to do that. Right now, I got enough things to deal with. I'm trying to survive now and rebuild my life at 40 years old with serious health issues now. No money, no family, no home. Having to build from nothing. All right? And I'm out there working with sick dementia patients and elderly during a COVID pandemic on the front line, risking my life when other people get to work from home or just collect welfare because they're too scared of the pandemic because they don't have Christ. At least I know where I'm going when I die. That's what gives me my courage. Because I know that he's with me, and he's been with me, and he saves me all the time. And you know what? Life is going to be terrible. There's going to be terrible suffering ahead for me. Already has been for 40 years, but there will be more. At least I know. But I'm still going to do it because I love God and I love people. I want their souls saved. And I hate Satan, and I hate this New World Order, and I hate this wicked elite government, and I hate communism, and I hate socialism, and I am a capitalist American. I'm a Trump supporter, and I'm telling you right now, if Trump does not win, we won't get another 4 years. It's over for us Christians. It's over, and society will crumble. You don't want to know the things that are going to come under that demonic, satanic regime of Democrats and liberals. You think it's bad now? You wait. They're already threatening and bullying us into they don't want Trump. They'll probably try to assassinate the man. I hope not. We need to pray for him. We need at least another 4 years, because Trump is our only hope as Christians to get this country back to God. Without Christ, it's over. We will not be spared. We will have the full chastisements. Sooner or later it's coming, and sooner than later, I'm telling you. So I'm telling you, people, sorry that this message is so long, but I've had it. I've had it with the racism. I've had it with the rioting. I've had it with being a target. I have every right to be here as a white man as a black person does, and vice versa. I have every right to my religion as a Christian, and Catholic Christian at that, as a Muslim or anybody else. We all should have equal rights. Nobody's better than anyone else. And for you to have a BLM, that means you think black lives are more important than anybody else. What about the Spanish, the Chinese, the white, everybody else on this planet? Do you ever think of them? Oh no. Oh no, just your lives matter. That's all that matters. Really? No, I don't think so. That's racism. And let me tell you something else. The LGBT, I was part of that. I used to support you guys. I went to your stupid pride parades. I was deep in it. You guys are going to go to hell, and I have a lot of family that are gay and trans. It runs in my lineage. You guys don't want to listen. You need to cut the crap, okay? If you're a girl, you're a girl. Deal with it. Life is short. If you're a guy, you're a guy. Why do you make it so confusing? If I can do this, you can do this. You can have Christ and he will change you, and you can live a normal, godly life. You don't need to have sex and drugs and drinking and nightclubs and all this other garbage. You are being ignorant. Eternity is real. I have seen things here, and I'm not the only person. I am telling you, I've met Jesus and his mother. I have been out of my body. I have seen things, and I'm telling you, you would never sleep in the dark again. If you knew the things I know and have seen and dealt with the things I have. But I'm glad it happened, because I'm a diehard Christian and I'm not going to stop until it kills me. Good. At least I go to heaven sooner. You gotta repent. I'm telling you, read that Bible. I swear on my life, it is true. As hard as it is to believe, it is true. It happened, and it is going to happen. That whole book. So that's the one thing. Don't worry about 50 Shades of Grey, which is thicker than the Bible. Don't worry about watching TV and all that. Read that Bible. Go pray. Pray in your room. Go to church. You need Jesus. He will show you what he shows me and millions of others. You're not going to survive very long with what's coming on this earth if you do not have him in your life. You need to take it seriously. It should be everything you think about every day should be Christ and going to heaven and holiness and trying to be holy and live. You're not giving up much. You're not giving up. What are you giving up? Lady Gaga? You're giving up having sex with one loser after another who uses you for your body and abuses you and trades you in like a new car. You're giving up on STDs, drug and alcohol abuse. What are you losing by being a Christian? Nothing. Nothing. You're gaining health and clear conscience and a eternity in heaven, and good godly friends will come into your life, and real people, a real chance at life that you don't even know because you never give it a chance because you don't want to be one of those people. Well, guess what? I didn't want to be one of these people. I never in my life, when I was in Hollywood, up and coming, would ever imagine me being some street preacher in a car. Okay, like I hated people like me. But when I gave Jesus my life, he took over, and this is me. This is him speaking through you, to you through me. And anybody who's willing. Tick-tock, time is running out. You need to decide today where you stand. Your family, your children's lives and souls are on the line. Whether you believe in heaven and hell or not, it's real. They're real. You will go to one or the other, forever. I'm telling you, it's real. Jesus is Lord. He is real. He is going to come. And before he does, there's going to be terrible things happening. If you haven't even seen all the earthquakes and everything that's been going on in 2020 and before, for the past 10 years, wait till you see what happens next. Seriously. Mark my words. I'm not a prophet that I know of, but I'm telling you, it's going to get worse. You are not going to know what's happening or what to do next if you do not have a relationship with Christ. Get rid of your loser friends and relationships. Get rid of the drugs and alcohol. Stop smoking. Stop overeating. Stop wasting your time in your life. Stop gossiping and complaining. Please, here's what you need to do. You need to learn the Beatitudes, and you need to live by them. You need to learn the virtues and obtain them and ask God to give them to you. You need to know those 10 commandments and what they really mean and live by them. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. We all do. But as long as you're on the road and in your heart truly trying, He knows, God knows, and He will help you. He will not cast you aside. He will help you get there. And you'll get to heaven, but you can't do it without Him. And you have to really, truly intend to do this, to really want to be holy, and then you will. Even by intent, but you have to get on that road. And it starts now. You're not promised tomorrow. I could die on the way home after this video. So you need to realize that life is very short. Every time I go to a freaking neurosurgeons, I'm hearing about, oh, you might have cancer, you might not. Oh, you need surgery right away. Then I pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet and they cancel it. And then I live another couple of months, like, whatever. I don't care. The other day I actually prayed for death because if my time down here is not going to be fruitful and there's nothing left and I'm never going to have a good job or get married or be a priest like I wanted to be, I don't want to be down here any longer. I mean, seriously, if there's nothing I can do and nobody's listening, if I can't live a life for Christ, a purpose-filled life that's fulfilled, there's nothing else that this world offers that I want. I don't want fame and fortune. I just want to be comfortable. I only want what I need. I want good, true, godly friends. I want my family to convert and come back to the Lord and love me. They can't love me because they don't even love Him. If I can't have these things, then I'm done. There's nothing I need to do. But that's God's choice. So He'll keep me here until I'm 70 if that's His choice. Fine, so be it. But I have had nothing but 40 years of all kinds of unspeakable suffering so far. And I'm sure it'll be another 40 years of more suffering. And now the world is so bad and society is so disgusting and evil. I want nothing to do with it. Okay? And the more I get like this, the more people distance themselves from me and hate me even more. Oh well, what do you want me to do? Put BLM on my car? I don't think so. I'm not going to kneel on the flag. The United States of America is my country. That flag, millions of people suffered and died and sacrificed for that flag, for our freedoms, which we are abusing right now and taking for granted. And you're going to burn that flag, kneel on it, trample on it, rip it up? Do you know what would have happened to you decades ago if you did that? You could go to jail. Do you know what you would, if you did that in China or Russia or North Korea, they would feed you to dogs in the public square. You would never be able to get away with that in a communist country, anywhere else. So if you hate America so darn much, get out of here. We don't need you. You're not American. I don't care if you were born here. You're an un-American, racist jerk. Un-Christian. This is a Christian country. You're trying to make it different otherwise, but it is God's country, and He will have it back one day. So you will either do what's right, and you better salute that flag of America, and you better stop. Stop the nonsense. Otherwise, get out. Get out. Go to another country and do that. You won't last a day. With that attitude, you won't last a day in another country if you step on their flag. Go up to a Muslim and give him the garbage you come up to me with. I'm a Roman Catholic Christian. You give me garbage all the time, but you won't go up to a Muslim and talk junk to their face. Why? Because they will kick your butt and cut your head off. So I don't want to hear it. I'm on a rant now. I'm mad. I'm just tired. I have a headache. I'm not feeling well. I got my financial issues. I got, but I'm so angry with the world right now because it's ignorant nonsense that was avoidable and not necessary. And it's because people don't know the Bible and don't care. They have no morals, no love of God or neighbor. They're selfish, self-centered, materialistic, pleasure-seeking bunch of losers. They're like robots. And they're going to take the mark of the beast. And then they're going to do His bidding. And people like me are going to be slaughtered because of ignorant, stupid people who are already out there rioting, burning down our churches and desecrating our altars, taking our statues down. Don't touch my stuff. That's my church. Don't touch our stuff. That's actually God's church. How dare you? You want to go vandalize your own darn neighborhoods, burn them down, spray graffiti everywhere, and then come into white neighborhoods now and then start telling white people in the middle of the night they need to give you their house? Are you kidding me? I can't wait till, I know this is very un-Christian, but one day you're going to push it to the point where people are going to bear arms and they're going to shoot you because you're going to deserve it. You come to my house and try to drag me out of my house or my friend's house with a gun, I'm going to shoot you. And I'm going to Are you kidding me? There's a time for peace and a time for war. You know, like, you don't come into my place and tell me to give you my stuff. I have to work hard for this. I'm poor also every day. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough money for groceries. And you're going to come because of the color of my skin and tell me I'm privileged and I'm better than you and I'm going to give you what you don't work for? Why? Because you crapped up your own darn neighborhoods? Nobody told you to break things, burn, loot, burn down stores, rip up, knock statues down. Look what you did. No wonder you don't want to live there anymore. Because you crapped it up and now you want to come into the suburbs and crap up our place? I don't think so. Get out. Get a job. Get off the drugs so Satan can stay out of your head. Read the Bible. Ask Jesus to help and transform you so you stop being an agent of chaos that the New World Order wants. They want chaos so they can bring the New World Order out of chaos. You guys are so darn ignorant. You know, I can preach like this because I'm not a priest yet. Okay, I may never be, so I don't represent the Catholic Church. But there's a lot of priests like me who would love to be able to talk from the pulpit like this, but they would lose, they'd be defrocked, they'd be kicked out. So they can't, because the Vatican would have a heart attack. But I can tell you like it is, and I will. So, you know what? If you're going to be a Christian, be a real Christian, and don't you dare call yourself a Christian. You better be loving God and obeying Him and doing the best you can. You better be going to church. And not just on Sundays because of obligation. Do it because you want to be there. Alright? Stand up for your rights and freedoms. Because we were silent too long and now our churches are being taken from us. And our country's being taken from us. And our rights, our constitutional rights have been taken from us. Because we departed from God, who basically all laws came from. And that's where law and order and police come from. They uphold law and order and morals. And we're a lawless generation. No God means no law, which means no order, which means it's free for all. It's like hell on earth and it's going to get worse. And I don't need to be here. So if somebody shoots me one day for preaching Christ, good. Do me a favor. Because you know what? I got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So go ahead. Make my day. In the meantime, I'm not going to shut up. You should just go do something productive with your time. I mean, I don't have to spend an hour preaching to people. That's my time, my life that I can never get back. But you know what? The people who are watching this are worth it to me. And I'm tired of the fake media and the garbage. Nobody even knows what's really going on, but I do. I see what's happening. They're not showing you. They're not showing you how bad it really is. They're not showing you that we have a coronavirus cure and you don't need that chip or vaccine. They're not showing you that there's all the chaos and the natural disasters every day now. They're not showing you that there's an asteroid coming that's probably going to hit before Election Day. You have no idea because you don't know what the Bible says. You don't have spiritual eyes that God gives you and only Christ can give you. You're just totally naive and just living life. Oh well, let's just get numb to it. Let's just get you. That's just life now. That's how it's going to be the new norm. I don't want the new norm to have to fear for my life every time I go into a black neighborhood. I don't want the new norm to have to fear that my neighborhood's going to be taken away, that I'm going to get arrested for speaking, that I won't be able to go to church anymore. I don't want that new norm. That's not normal. That's evil. Enough is enough. Trump 2020. And you know what? If Trump turns out to be the Antichrist one day, then you know what? Sorry, but I'm telling you this much. God's in total control, and things must happen the way He said they would happen in order to fulfill prophecy. So do not be surprised. God has not abandoned us. It's just that things have to happen the way it was written. And that's exactly what you're seeing now. Little by little, step by step, it's like frequency and intensity, like labor pains. We're almost there. So it's going to get real bad before it gets real good. You have to make it. Only those who are still standing will make it. All right? It's a race. It's going to be tough. Your faith is really going to be tested. If you don't have real faith, you're not going to make it. You're going to be blown away like chaff. You're going to be lukewarm. You're not going to make it. Please be a real Christian. Be prepared to die if that's what it takes to save you and your family, to get to heaven. But stop letting them tread on you. All right? Stop being sheeple. Wake up. I could go on and on. There's so much to say in another video. We got things to do. I'm just saying, I wasn't even planning on speaking, but the Holy Spirit took over. I was just going to tell you that I'm mad because I was silenced again by Facebook. And this time it wasn't even my video or my post. It was Father Mark Goring, who's a very good Catholic preacher. And he has great videos. And just because he wrote Stupid Catholics in the subject line, you can find it on YouTube, Stupid Catholics, Mark Goring. It's a very important video for you to understand so that you're not fooled, and so you're not going to be a stupid Catholic and buy into this New World Order garbage. That is why they took the video down. They don't care that they think Catholics are stupid. They would love if I promoted that video the right way, according to them, and said, "Oh, look at this loser priest who's saying the Catholics are stupid." Yeah, they are. Pass it along. Then they would not have censored me, and they even told me that. They told me that. They sent me an email. But because it was intelligent conversation in the video, because it was something that would have really opened people's eyes, they're trying to use that as, oh, it's violating our company standards, or, oh, the algorithm picked up on it. Nonsense. Nonsense. Because I'm seeing stuff circulating that is evil, terrible, pornographic, vile, terrible words being spoken, terrible things, making fun of Trump. That's all violation of standards. That's offending me and my rights and my religion, isn't it? But yet, hey, those are allowed because Facebook is non-conservative. They are liberal, anti-Christ, anti-Trump, and so therefore they'll let that circulate, and they said that. So, okay, I know who's running things. I realize where I rank in the scheme of things. I realize I have no voice. I realize that I'm a Christian conservative, so I don't matter. And my life don't matter, and they don't care about me. Fine, I get it. I'm expecting it. Jesus said this would happen. I was already prepared for it. So, you know what? Forget you, Facebook. But I will make sure that everybody knows what you're doing, and I hope more people start spreading the word, and I hope everybody starts leaving Facebook. Because you know what? We spend too much time on there anyway. Way too much time. We're addicted to that phone, and that's the devil's device because it becomes a god to us. We can't put it down, and we're missing our life, and we're not spending time with God, and he can't talk to us because we're too much busy with Facebook. Even with good intentions, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I might evangelize all the time on Facebook, but it's taking up too much time to the same limited crowd who already knows, like preaching to the choir. It's time to stop. It's time for me to get off Facebook now and go out there and do this publicly like I have been, and reaching souls that way. And if enough of us, if millions of people, if every Catholic, conservative, Trump supporter just boycotted Facebook and just stopped using Facebook, just shut it down, they wouldn't know what to do, and the elite couldn't track you or know what you're going to vote for or anything. Trust me, this is all they have to know you, who your friends are, where you are, what you're doing, what you're buying, where you're living, until the mark of the beast is implanted. This is a kind of precursor to the mark. Get rid of it. Stay off social media. Just watch YouTube and stuff for information purposes only. Get off all that other stuff. You don't need it. You're just giving the enemy, the devil, and the government information about you that they don't need, that's going to bite you in the butt later on when they want you to conform. Okay? You need to get off the grid. So get off Facebook, because they're not going to let you talk. They're not going to let us talk anymore. They don't want people to know that Trump should be elected. They don't want you to know what's really going on. They don't want you to preach the gospel. So they're not letting us. I was already told multiple times they're going to shut my account, and that my videos and my posts are not viewable to anybody but me. So what good is it? I've wasted hours of my life, days, months on Facebook that nobody ever got to see, because they don't want you seeing and hearing this. You might not even. Once I hit finish on this video and post it, it'll be taken down like all my others. So I hope the 3 people that have been watching this are actually gonna get something out of this message. I hope you pass this along if you can. I hope you'll spread the word to shut Facebook down, because they're shutting us down, and that's not right. Why do people get to violate our rights, our freedom of religion, our freedom of speech, our freedom to have guns? You're taking away my rights, yet you claim to be a liberal. That makes no sense. You're the conservative. You're censoring me. How dare you claim to be liberal and you want freedom and equality, but you take everybody else's freedom and equality if they don't do what you want? You're such a tiny percentage. You're the minority. Don't forget that, LGBT BLM. You are the minority in this country. You're acting like you're the majority. We are the majority. This is our nation under God. This is our country. We're the ones who made it great. We're the ones who gave you your freedoms. And you're going to tell us now that we can't go to church, we can't be Christian, we can't be white, we have to give us... What the hell is wrong with you? That we have to have abortion? That we have to be okay with that? Murdering children? That we have to be okay with gay marriage and all the crap that comes with it? No. I'd give you the finger, but I'm too reserved. You know what? I'm done with you. I'm done. I will... Kill me, do whatever you want, hate me, good, great. I don't need people like you in my life. BLM, LGBT. If you need to have a list of letters behind your name, I don't want anything to do with you. Because that just means that you are pretentious and you think who you are. And you're nothing. You're going to hell. You're going to be forgotten about for all eternity while the rest of us are enjoying our eternity. You're going to be burning. And in a million years, I'm going to look over there and you're still going to be burning. So, you got nothing. Your time is short, Satan and all his children. You're running out of time. Your time is short. So enjoy it. Enjoy your gay marriage. Enjoy your BLM and your rioting and your protesting and your killing Christians. Enjoy it because you're running out of time. You are. Jesus is going to return. And even if he doesn't, you better hope you live to be 100. Because if you die tomorrow, you're going to hell. Unless you repent. You better stop the nonsense. Stop the racism. Stop the rioting. Stop the drug use. Stop the murder. Stop the sleeping with children. Sex trafficking. What is... You're disgusting. You're a pervert. You're something very wrong with you. Stop all the BS. Be a Christian or go to hell. God bless.